Here's how you can get an extra 30 marks for free in your higher level Leaving Cert Maths Paper 2 just by doing the circle question correctly. So a lot of people don't like this one, but it's what a lot of people don't know is that it's mostly just log tables and then just a little bit of understanding. So let's go into this. So to find the center and the radius, most people are usually okay with this one as it's in the log tables. It says that this is 2gx and this is 2fx. So first thing we want to do is find g, because the center is actually minus g minus f. This is in the log tables. So if 2g is 4, g must be 2, right? So we're going to write that down. G is 2. And then same thing with the f. F, now be careful, you do want to include the sign as well. So f is minus 3. Okay. So now we can easily find the center. You just multiply the 2 by a minus, and then we get minus 2. And then we multiply the minus 3 by a minus, which will make a plus. So just 3. Next is the radius. So the radius is also in the log tables, believe it or not. So it says here the radius equals the square root of g squared plus f squared minus c. Okay, so we know what g squared is. Well, we know what g is, so g is 2. Now we know what g squared is. 2 squared is 4. Plus minus 3 squared is 9. And then minus c. So c is 5, so minus 5. So 4 plus 9 is 13, minus 5 is 8. So this is going to be root 8. Root 8. Okay? First question, nice and easy. Next, so the circle C has an equation, this. Actually, we need to look at the other equation as well, sorry. So, show the circles S and C touch internally. Okay, so if they touch internally, what that means, and this is the hard part usually, what it means and the connection that you need to make in the question. So we're looking at this bit here. So where they connect. Touching internally means that the two, like one circle is inside the other one, but they just touch at one point, the two circles. So that's what we're looking for here, okay? So there's two things we want to keep in mind, okay? If we take a look at this radius C, okay, so that's like that, let's say, okay? And then if we take a look at the radius of S, that is purple again. Take the radius of S like this, okay? So what we see is if I do the radius of C and then take away the radius of S, what I actually get here is the distance between the 2 points, right? Now this only happens if they touch internally. If you take the two radii away from each other, you'll get the distance of the points. So hopefully now it's starting to make sense. So if they touch internally, if we do this, take away the two radii, that should equal the distance between the 2 points using another formula. So let's do that. So we have the first center and we have the first radius. Next thing is I need to get the other radius so that I can find what the distance between the two radii are. Okay, so well, the radius here, if you look at the log tables, it says that r is this bit right here, like this is r squared. So if 72 is r squared, then r is the square root of 72. So now if I take away the, now I'm saying r2, r1, but it just means the bigger radius minus a smaller radius. It's nothing crazy. So if I do this now, so the square root of 72 on the calculator, so square root 72, and then minus square root of 8. Okay, so we get 4 root 2. 4 root 2. So that's what the distance should be. Now I'm going to take a look at another formula that has the distance. Okay, the distance between 2 points is the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, all in log tables, and this is what I mean. The key is the log tables. Log tables have everything that you need here. Okay, so let's continue on from here. I have an x2 and I have an x1, or sorry, I have an x2 and a y2, as in they're just the points of the centers. But the problem is I don't have the center of circle C, so I don't have the center here. But we can easily make one. Okay, so in this, this is H and then this is K. So H and K are actually just the center. Okay, now the center is actually HK, but H is like minus of this, and then K is minus of that. So you have to kind of be careful. It's not minus 2, 1. It's 2 minus 1. Okay, so it's kind of the other way around of the other equation. So that's our center. Now I have another center as well. Remember from earlier, this one up here. So now I have an x1, y1, and I have an x2, y2. Okay, so now I can just sub this in. I'll do this really quickly. So x2 is minus 2, minus another 2. So minus 4 squared. That gets us 16. Okay, plus y2 is 3. Minus 1, so that's basically like plus 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. And then 4 squared again is 16. So that equals the square root of 32, right? So this should be the same as 4 root 2. They're not the same now, but this can be simplified. It's important to know that. So it, not everything has gone wrong just yet. If I put root 32 into the calculator, yeah, so just as we'd hoped, this is the same as saying 4 root 2. So as you can see, it's 4 root 2. They're both there. So you've proven that they touch internally. So QED. Okay, so that's the second bit. Okay, so now in this question, this is where things start to get a bit tricky. It will look confusing at first because you don't know where to start. But once you know where to start, then everything will be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put down as much info as possible on the page at first. So I have a point on the circle, 7, 10, okay? Then I have another point on the circle, 12, 8. And I have a point here, 9, 0, which kind of looks useless, but they'll never really give you useless info. Not in this kind of question, at least. Not in a circle question. So if I look at the center here, right? If you look at the distance from the y-axis, okay, and then look at this. This says 9. That's the x. So that means here is 9. So we know that this is 9, right? So that's part of the center. We can say that the center equals, well, we know it's minus, or no, sorry, the center is at 9. Yeah, so center is at 9. And then we don't know the other center piece. So I'm just going to say K. That part doesn't really matter. Okay. And what else do we know the center is? The center we found earlier is minus G minus F. So if you look at the correlation here, we can actually say that G is minus 9. Right? Does that make sense? So that's all the info I think we can gather here. Let's see if we can make something out of it now. So I've got a bunch of info. The only thing left is to kind of spit it onto the page using an equation. So I'm going to put this equation here for a circle. So 2gf plus 2fx plus c, and that equals 0. Okay? Okay. So x squared. Y. So I'm seeing an x, I'm seeing a y, I'm seeing a g, I'm seeing an f, and I'm seeing a c. Okay? Those are all the letters that I see. I have almost all of them. I'm missing 2. Okay? So I'm going to see if I can find those 2 out, so that way we can make a full equation. Okay, so x squared, let's pick any, so you can pick any point. I'm going to go with this one. So let's say this is my x and y. So you can actually put this straight into the calculator, which I might do. So this is just 7 squared plus 10 squared plus 2. Now, this is why this bit was important, because if I didn't have this, I would have 3 missing pieces. And this question would actually be impossible then. So this part was really important. So plus 2f, and we know x. Don't know why I said that we don't know x there. X is 7. Plus 2, 7 is here as well. Plus c equals 0. Okay, I can find all of this. I can put this bit, I suppose, into the calculator, just without the f and the c. So I'm going to do that whole first piece there. So 7 squared plus 10 squared plus 2 multiplied by minus 9 multiplied by 7. And that should give us 23. So what we have here is 23 plus the 2 by 7 makes 14. F plus c equals 0. So I can actually say 14f plus c equals 0. And now hopefully you can see where this is going. We have one equation using one point. If we use the other point now, we'll get a different equation. We can cancel out the, I'm hoping for the c's, but we'll be able to cancel out one of the variables. So then we have one variable left, and it's just like a simultaneous equation. So let's go for it then. So now I'm going to use this as my x, and this is my y. Okay, so same thing again, 12 squared plus, nope, not 10, 8 squared plus 2. G again is minus 9. I was about to write x again. X is 12 plus 2. F we don't know. I'll just write f. We don't need brackets there. F. And then x is 12. Actually, apologies. This is supposed to be not. It's supposed to be y. Hopefully someone spotted that out. That should be y. Yes. That should be y. Okay. Right, so this here is not 7. This here is 10. So then all this changes is this should be 20. I wonder if I there we go. 20. Okay. Same thing, and then I'll just do same thing here. 20f. Okay, same thing. Now, let's do this bit. So again, plus c equals 0. Oh, and this is not 12. I'm not going to do the same thing again. This is 8. If this would like to rub out 8. There we go. Okay, let's take a look now. So again, all in the calculator. We could do this in our heads, but yeah, no thanks. Minus 9, 12. Okay, so we got minus 8. So minus 8 plus 2 by 8 is 16. So 16f plus c equals 0. So that means 16f plus c equals 8. Now we can see the simultaneous equations, I'd hope. So 20f plus c equals 0. No, it does not. This should equal minus 23. This should also equal minus 23. Minus 23. Minus 23. Okay, and then 16f plus c equals 8. So now it's actually very easy because the c's, as you can see, are they're just there. So we don't have a 2c or anything, nothing to multiply. I'm just going to make one of these minus, minus, minus. So now the c's will cancel. We're left with 20 minus 4, or sorry, 20 minus 16 is 4. So 4f equals 23 minus 23 minus 8 is minus 31, I believe. So f equals minus 31 over 4. You can get the decimal if you want. I will not be doing that because I don't want to. Then the next bit is we'll pick one of them. So you know how it is. So 16, and instead of f, we can put minus 31 over 4. plus c equals 8. And then you can, so we can do 8 minus 16 multiplied by the minus 31 over 4. And our answer is, I'm getting 132. Could that be correct? Yes, it can be. Okay, 132. So C equals 132. So you have all the bits of information that you need now. Please just do not forget to actually write the equation. Don't just find f and c and leave it at that. The full equation is x squared plus y squared. Now we know g is minus 9, so 2 by minus 9 is minus 18. X, we know f is minus 31 over 4. 2 times that will half the denominator, so I'm just going to say, we're going to say minus 31 over 2, y, and then plus c, which is 132. Okay, so that's that question done. If you have any questions on this, leave them down in the comments. I will answer them in the comments if I can. If it's something that I feel like I should need to explain more, then I will, and I'll make another video on it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, and let me know if you want to see anything else in the comments as well.